Doug Lesmeri and Stephen Means from cleveland.com, and just over my shoulder, Urban Meyer recording his TV show for this week. When it's Michigan week, everything happens on Monday because it's Thanksgiving, and they have a game to get ready for. We just talked to Urban Meyer at his regular Monday news conference. And Stephen, there's some injury news that I thought sounded pretty good for Ohio State as it relates to Mike Weber, Baron Browning, and Thayer Munford, three guys that Urban Meyer made it sound like all of them will play against Michigan on Saturday. Munford left the Maryland game. Weber and Browning did not play in the Maryland game. How important do you think those three guys are for this game against Michigan Saturday, and how important is it to have them healthy?
I think for Thayer Munford, especially for a line that's had some inconsistencies this year, you want to at least have everybody healthy going into the biggest game of your season this year. I think J.K. Dobbins was wonderful on Saturday, but I don't think anybody wants to give one person 37 carries in a game. It's not the type of workload any running back should ever have to carry. So to have Mike Weber back, obviously we talked earlier in the year about the whole switching, going back and forth between series and series. No, you want to stick with the hot one, but eventually you don't want to start the game off having to only give one running back the ball. So to get him back into the scheme of things will be helpful. I think overall you want everybody that you feel like can have an impact on that game healthy.
They thought Josh Allaby played pretty well in replacing Thayer Munford when Munford went out left tackle, but I do think that's a big one. I think if you could only pick one of those three guys for this game, you'd pick Thayer Munford. I also think it's interesting to have Baron Browning back. He's missed the last 2 weeks. Tough Borland was one of their best defensive players by their ratings on Saturday against Maryland. I think actually this is probably a tough Borland kind of game with the kind of offense that Michigan runs, but I just think Baron Browning is a playmaker at times. I think his issue has been confidence and consistency and feeling good about the defensive calls and being in the right spot all the time. But I think Baron Browning, if he's out there, and he will be at times, can make a play that changes a drive, and changing one drive might change this game. So I think Ohio State's health sounds pretty good. Meanwhile, Michigan's not sure if Chase Winovich is going to play. He's their best defensive player. He's an All-American quality defensive end. He got knocked to the ground against Indiana. He has like a head-neck kind of injury that they said it sounds like it's going to be a game-time decision on Saturday. And I don't know, my instinct on that, Stephen, is like that's the kind of injury that if you're not sure which way this game is going to go, if Chase Winovich can't play, that to me is the kind of thing that might flip this game back toward Ohio State. Could his impact be that big?
Yeah, this is the best defense in the country, but this is one of the best defensive players on the best defense in the country. So ergo, he makes this one of the best defense in the country. Without him, they do slip a little bit. Now, they're still going to be the best defense in the country, but when you're missing a vital piece of something that has been dominant for you all year, yeah, that changes some things, especially when you're going against a team who their offense has been pretty much top 15 in the country this season.
I think the biggest thing for Michigan's defense against Ohio State's offense is can they be in Dwayne Haskins' face all day so that he doesn't have time to do anything? And I think if you have healthy, ready-to-go Rashawn Gary and healthy, ready-to-go Chase Winovich, I think Michigan's defense has a chance to be like that against this offensive line. If you take one of those guys out of the equation, I think you give Dwayne Haskins a little more time. That's very good for Ohio State. Lots of coverage all week. Happy Thanksgiving early. We'll see you guys. You take some time off, do a little shopping, but make sure you visit cleveland.com all week for videos, stories, and more. He's Steven. I'm Doug. We'll see you guys later.